welcome to Church with a Two Dream Family.
Everybody ready? We're going to swing. Hey, look at us. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. We are interfaith, interspiritual, God optional. So relax and get ready for a celebration. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum. One more time now. Welcome to the church with a two-drink minimum.
And there she is.
There's the wee doggies. You can't get started without wee doggies. I'm here to tell you.
Let's quickly check the chat. I'm not sure if there's... Oh,
Happy to hear you with us.
Oh,
Yay.
thanks, Marisol. It's so lovely. It's just lovely to see you. Yay! So we've been having a fun day over here in Brookland.
It's a little overcast, but
It is.
it makes for great lighting. So if you're wondering why we look so fantastic in our colors today of royal blue and gray white, because we're old people, it's because the lighting is so beautiful.
The lighting's so good.
I know.
But I wanted to thank Sina, really, truly, we have such similar taste in music, and like it's so glorious to hear what you play. And so when we came into the room today, she was playing one of our absolute favorite songs ever, and it just like
it's a good omen, right? Like, what happens when you get up in the morning and you get in your car, you go to your commute, this is what I used to do, get in your commute, you get in your car, and your favorite song
is on.
You get on the thing, and your favorite song starts to play, and goes, oh man, it's going to be a good day, it's going to be a good day. No, God is on my side, I know.
For sure.
Carry on, my wayward son, I get on the bus. And it was like, Kansas comes, but that's how you know, I was like, this is the noticing when you're in the flow, and normalizing like everything being all right and moving to your good, and be able to recognize, this is I'm actually, all this is happening. I can enjoy the truth that is here before me. I can enjoy my life, what I get to experience.
Exactly. Well, I want to say thanks to Marisol for your sweet note in the chat, and also let's welcome Arizona to the room. Yay! We love you, Arizona.
Nova Scotia's in the house.
Nova Scotia's in the house. But okay, so we're going to, of course, go over the past couple of days.
I want to. A couple of days ago,
first,
goes on. Okay.
But first, go back and switch the screen, because I want to share with you a new sing-along.
We've been working on this actually today.
Well, yeah, we have. Hey, Connie!
Yay!
Here you are!
Alrighty.
All right, so... Okay, so I've been reading Inner Ramana, right? And in Inner Ramana, like very early in the book, it gives you the mantra to practice, I am that I am, right? So, I was contemplating that and everything like that, and I went to bed a couple nights ago, and all of a sudden, I couldn't sleep because it popped into my head that I could sing I Am That I Am to the tune of The House of the Rising Sun. It works perfectly. Hey, Ellen, we see you over there.
So you do know that you can sing the House of you can sing Amazing Grace
to the House of
the tune of the House of a Rising Sun, right? By the Animals, right? You ever seen Amazing Grace sung that?
Yeah. So what I thought would be fun to do was I'm going to sing the first verse of Amazing Grace sung to the tune of House of the Rising Sun.
I'm not.
And then I'm going to invite everybody to join me on the chorus, which this chorus will be I am that I am. And it's real easy to follow, and I think...
If I can do it, you can do it.
I think you'll like it. So let's see. Let's start. So whenever I sing Amazing Grace, I always say that taught my heart to... The words that taught my heart to sing rather than calling myself or anybody else a wretch. So that's just how I roll. So here we go.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that taught my heart to sing. Was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And I sing, so sing it with me. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, that I am. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, I am. Let's do it again. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, I am. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, I am. I'm feeling one more time. How about you? Let's do it again. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, I am. I am that I am, that I am, that I am. I am that I am, I am that I am. Yay! I was so glad you liked
got a new
it.
sing along. This one might be a hit. Then.
I
How do
know,
you
I
think?
like it. It's so much fun to sing.
I know.
Oh, thanks, Marisol. I'm glad you liked it. Yay! Oh, loved it. Simon loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That just cheers.
Cheers.
I know. Cheers.
I am
to-
that I am.
I am that I am. Right.
Oh, Simon wants me to record that. Oh, how fun. That right? I was thinking about
I
that.
would totally buy that.
Because I actually wrote some other lyrics to it, too, so it's totally fun.
It might happen.
It just might happen. Well. Okay, so let's see what we got going on in the workbook, ACIM workbook today. So let's see. You went back a couple of days.
Well, yeah.
didn't you?
Well, I mean, because she's building up to something. She's building up to tomorrow. Actually, I want to take you back. Picture it 3 days ago.
Sicily. Sicily.
I know.
Picture it. Sicily 3 days ago.
So lesson 251 is I am in need of nothing but the truth. See,
Wow.
I sought for many things and found despair, which
Right.
is what Yolanda was just singing.
Right.
You know, I sought for many things and found despair. Now do I seek but one, for in that one is all I need and only what I need. Because that's reality.
Yeah.
I am that I am
Right.
is actually what I crave, and the only thing that's going to actually
Exactly.
be actually going to satisfy me.
Well, that's
You
why
know.
it was so satisfying to sing it. You know, I mean, it just felt so satisfying. All right, so the next one.
So she's leading this into, so we say, I am in need of nothing but the truth. Okay.
Right.
True. True. The Son of God is my identity. Now,
Right.
if that is true, it's logical. Your reason would say, oh, then my identity, who I say I am, who I actually am, is the child of God.
Yeah.
Is the creation, right? The created. Myself is holy, beyond all thoughts of holiness, of which I now conceive. So, which is, I'm not doing the holiness. I'm not doing the glory. I am those things.
Right.
You know, they're created as me, through me, for me, as me.
Beyond all thoughts of holiness, which I now conceive. My own thoughts of holiness.
I can't even do that.
Right. Well, I know. So when I think of, prior to this teaching, what I thought of as holiness was something way outside of me. Not
definitely an other,
not me
right?
at all,
Right. Definitely
certainly.
an other. You could see it. It was a person in a statue or something like that,
Right.
In an alcove of really, really, really high up, looking down on you, right?
Right. That was holy. But also this reminds me of, in a way, of what Jacqueline had to say this morning in the homily, because it was so awesome and so powerful, and what we came away with from that homily was that your mind is not frightening. I can embrace everything.
I don't have to run from myself.
I don't have to run.
I'm not. So the Son of God is my identity.
Right.
And then 253.
Myself, capital S, is ruler of the universe.
Ruler of the universe.
I love that.
Okay,
Yay.
so you're Flash Gordon. Okay.
I was just gonna say.
That's the ruler of the universe. Myself, it is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. So it goes, if your God and your identity is, the truth, then nothing happens to you without your permission.
Right.
Without you setting it into motion.
Right.
Now, we know that is true. We set the conditions for our experience and then experience them.
Right.
She tells us to try to fix something in the real world, try to fix something in the material world is playing whack-a-mole. Because we're only ever looking on our beliefs.
Right.
So the oneness, who I say I am, is the ruler of the universe, and we really do want it to be that way, don't we?
Well, yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's really, again, I'm thinking of Jacqueline's message and how, I bring things to me through my thoughts, through my mind, and
If
to
you could become more conscious of it,
right,
you could really even find joy in your mind,
even that
peace.
Which is challenging to me, and all of those things.
Well, I would say especially those things.
Yeah, especially those things. I bring them to myself, and now I can look at those. I really can look at those thoughts.
I'm always calling for my ignorance to be healed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm bringing into my awareness.
Yeah.
What I'm mistaken about. So
yeah.
Let every voice. So
is this today?
No, this is
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's. I don't know.
I'm
going
not sure.
somewhere. I think it's today.
Okay.
Let every voice but
God's
God's be still in me. And it was like, okay, there's discernment. It was like, if I'm going to follow, if I'm going to do what is mine to do, I want to be listening to the voice that likes me.
Yeah, for sure.
Or like the other day, I want to listen to the voice that knows my worth.
Yeah.
Right? Father, today I would but hear your voice in deepest silence. I would come to you to hear your voice and to receive your word. I'm here only to do what is mine to do. And then this is what I love. Tomorrow's is where she gets. This is where she's bringing us. Tomorrow is this day I choose to spend in perfect peace.
Just think, I can choose to spend.
So they're right. So we move from these. I see these stacked things. I'm in need of nothing of the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Yeah, nothing but the truth. Because my identity is the reality that is God.
Right.
And I am ruling my experience. I only listen to the voice for God. I only listen to the voice for reality. The voice for who that is us. And that voice always says, there is peace here.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, the voice that likes me always is like peaceful, right? Is always the peaceful, sure, kind of like that's restful, right? So again, our minds aren't frightening.
Right. That was such a wonderful
That's how I think of,
Yeah.
She had a million. She's just like a million things in there. Don't be.
Hey, George.
Yay.
Yay. How you doing?
Glad you're here. So that's where the lessons are today. Why don't you take us through a little bit of centering?
I'm going to. Yeah. So let's get back into the room. So for those that haven't been in the room when we're doing this, when we're doing our broadcast, we switch back and forth between screens because we're reading on another screen. So if you ever have a question, there's actually some stuff in the chat. Let's look and see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're signing loads.
Raise the roof.
Raise the roof moment.
Right.
Oh, Issa's here too.
Yeah,
Hi, Issa.
Put me in charge of the third principle.
Yay! Oh, yeah. I'm so glad y'all are here. Thanks for joining us, George and Issa. Yay. So, okay, so this week we have Glen and I host a Wednesday night group, as most of you know, which all of you are invited to. It's on a different platform called Jitsi. If you would like an invite to that group, that's where we do our main Course in Miracles study group. And if you would like an invite to that group, feel free to email me, Yolanda@yolanda.net, and we'll send you the link. We'd love to have you. We meet from 7 to 9 on Wednesday nights. The reason why I'm telling you all this right now is because one of the folks that we've been
practicing
with us,
for a while.
This is our other practice community, and we've been practicing with this particular group of folks for many years, and one of them sent me a note this afternoon, and I wanted to read this to you and then do a bit of meditation and play the song that our friend is referencing here. So she wrote, "Today I thought of your song, Yolanda, You Are an Idea," which is the name of the song. This morning, that thought came to me in meditation. I thought of it as, I am my own idea made manifest. I don't know, I just went, wow. I choose me. My physical form is evidence of the oneness collective's ability to make my ideas manifest, because that was once just an idea. I don't know, that resonated with me so much. And our friend speaks of my ability in quotes, meaning us, our ability, the oneness's ability to make ideas manifest. And I thought that was really super
we've asked for
important. Yeah, we've asked for it. It's just like what we said,
We've asked for this.
So with that little moment there, I'd like to have us breathe 3 times, and on the last breath, exhale with an Om, and we'll just do a moment in meditation and then play the song You Are an Idea. So here we go. Mother, Father, God, thank you. Thank you so much for this beloved community where we all share and this assembly of equals, as we call it, which is so true. Thank you that this assembly of equals right here, right now, we together are co-creating this circle of unconditional love, which includes everything that we like and everything that we do not like, because we grow and we learn from all of it. What a joy. What a joy to know that our minds are not frightening, that we can look at anything that's going through our minds with the relief and the joy and the knowledge that we are holiness itself. We are not our thoughts. We are not our feelings. We are not our bodies, but we use them to help us grow. Blessed be, and so it is. You are an idea in divine mind. You are an idea in divine mind. We are not these bodies that we think we are. We are an idea in the mind of God. What does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, what does that mean? We're not our thoughts and feelings or sensations that we crave. We're not our experience, although we take them to our grave. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is made of love. Every creature in the sea and birds that fly above are an idea. You are an idea. You
Yay.
Oh, thanks, y'all. I'm so glad you liked it. I know some of you have seen that video before. It is my family grave site where my mom and dad are buried, and that's in Alabama. And it was our... the reason I mentioned it's so full of interesting coincidences. My dad loved cars, and he especially loved Mustang convertibles. And when we rented our car to drive down, that was before we had our car, when we rented our car to drive down there, they didn't have the car we rented, so they upgraded us.
Is it okay if we give you a white Mustang brand convertible. New convertible in an upgrade? Is that okay? So
my dad's favorite car.
When we were going down there, it was like her father rode with us the whole entire way.
Yeah,
it was kind of wild.
It was pretty funny. So I just wanted to share that.
Owls and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. So we're eternal. We're eternal, and I see my mom and my dad, everywhere I go. Oh, thank you, Marisol. I appreciate that. I really do. So, let's check if there are any more messages in the chat before we go to the lesson.
Need to hear that truth.
Yeah,
we do.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So, thanks for sharing that moment with me. I appreciate that. And weird. Well, this is something new that you haven't really shared.
I haven't. What we're doing, if you're following along with the way the Course in Miracles teaches this, and NTI is another version of this message. The first half of A Course in Miracles is really the discovery of the voice within you that is you, and you fall in love with what is yours to do, which is a version of sharing yourself with the world, teaching peace. However, you discover this, like, oh my gosh, I have endless energy. This being within me, this one being within me, has this endless energy to do this thing I love. To give myself away. That's what we figured out. The other half of Course in Miracles is how you do that as the oneness, and as a representative of togetherness. As not a separate being, although you look like a separate being, and you got a name that's different from everybody else's, and people can tell your face, from different from other people, but that's proof of everything springing from the same source, right? Because we all recognize each other, and we all communicate, and all of this is sort of one piece. It comes from one place, the Creator. We are the created. We are from the Creator. So. There's a lot of what goes on in the second half of Course in Miracles could be described as learning how to get along in a group. Learning how to get along with, and one of the ways she describes this, and we've been talking about the cohesion of a group, and how to, we're going to be talking about later about how to resolve conflict in a group, but this for two chapters, she wants to talk about the holy relationship. Are you familiar with the way the holy relationship is talked about in the Course in Miracles? It's our relationship with what is, or our relationship with ourselves, our relationship sort of with relationship, as the whole, as completeness. What does the completeness do? What does that make? The idea of when you and I come together, we create something greater. Like Yolanda and I are better together than either of us separately, right? And we as a community are greater together than we are separately. I know George has kind of like, I don't know,
well,
maybe.
I know we're just teasing you.
So what we do in these primary relationships. The holy relationship, because we're only ever going to be working with others, because we're never alone and friendless. Right. So how do we actively work with other people in this holy relationship? Right. And the salvation and the holy relationship is chapter 22. We spend 2 weeks here. This is called the message of the Holy Spirit. Like, what's
message
it for?
Of the holy relationship.
The holy relationship.
Yeah.
The message of the holy relationship. And it's kind of, she was saying you haven't done this before, because I heard this message differently when I was was getting it back together. I haven't taught this since 2013, 2014, but she makes a wonderful metaphorical idea about how we can think about our relationship that'll bring about this experience of oneness. And so we're going to give you that today. And I thought it was, I hadn't seen this before. I felt like I hadn't seen this before. You know, you revisit it.
Right.
Someone's been rewriting the Course in Miracles on me again, you know. So this is chapter 22. This is called section 2, the message of the holy relationship. In chapter 22, which is salvation and the holy relationship. We're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about partnerships.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, it just brings to mind our core values and our statement that we are an assembly of equals, you know, and I go back to that over and over again because it's
so how do we act like
so profound. Yeah, exactly.
Like
so as we normally say, because we're switching back and forth between screens, we invite you
to speak up or unmute or say, hey, wait a minute.
Right, if you have a question. And of course you can put something in the chat or whatever, but just
we'll try to pay attention to
feel
that too.
free to comment. Okay, so we are starting with...
Yeah, I'm going to ask, would you read the part I've highlighted in the first 2 paragraphs?
Yeah, here we go. Okay, so it starts this way. Let reason take another step.
See,
and that immediately is so cool.
Because we're talking about reason. You can do this. You can do this.
Let reason take another step. And of course, that reminds me of what Regina said in retreat. Is this fact, is this belief, or is this imagination? So anyway, let reason take another step where your wonder does your strange uneasiness.
And where you wonder.
Oh, where? I'm sorry. And where you wonder does your strange uneasiness, your sense of being disconnected, and your haunting fear of lack of meaning in yourself arise. Yeah, really. Reason would tell you that the world you see through eyes that are not yours must make no sense to you.
Yeah. So this is examining your own unease. Jacqueline talked about that today. Are you willing to examine your own unease? Right? Of course we are. Well, I hope we are.
Well, sometimes we feel like it's not safe.
Be willing to. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm not even. There's people like I can't even be safe in my own body. I'm not safe in my own head. You know, so that's where she's talking directly to. What is our will? What is it that we value? What is this me? This unease? Okay, and we discover, and she goes on to say this, and I haven't highlighted. The problem is our identity in the world instead of our identity as the oneness, as the child of God. Our identities in the world. And she reminds us, you know, you're only ever sending out 2 messengers, right? We're either sending out your attention into the world to look for proof of separation, or we're looking for proof of togetherness, proof of oneness, proof of being, you know, being complete and whole. Confirmation bias. That's the loop of experience. Think, experience, believe, and that is the paradox of reality. So she begins with this problem, goes, okay, if you know all of this, the idea where reason will tell you that you couldn't see the world correctly. So what would you do? We examine the unease to find out where side of these questions that we're going to be on. Those questions lead to the answers to what I want, what I value, who I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
We could, you know, we could. And there's a practice community, and there's somebody, she's implying in this whole thing that there is a practice community, and there's somebody who is interested like you're interested. Right. And what's true is, if everything is happening for your good, the world is interested.
Yeah.
You know? Because we have one mind, and everything works together for your good. And it's so ethical that it's even working together for their good, too. Turns out I'm not the main character, you know?
How about you not being the main character?
I know. I've suffered under that syndrome for most of my life, being the main character. You might relate to that.
Oh, goodness.
So-
well, it also reminds me of something else Regina said in the retreat, which was so cool to me. It was like, even the ego is proof of our oneness. Because we all share.
all the same ego.
Yeah.
We can all talk about this ego the same way. Right.
So, okay, now we're in
read what I've highlighted in paragraph 3.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right. Denying what you are and firm in faith that you are something else, this something else that you have made to be yourself becomes your sight. Okay, yeah. God has no secrets. He does not lead you through a world of misery waiting to tell you at journey's end why he did this to you. Hello! Hello!
I love that. She just got really snarky. You know. That's kind of a two.
That's why we love Helen.
That's kind of two snaps in a circle moment.
Yeah.
It's like, God doesn't have any secrets. Snap.
She's not waiting around till journey's end to tell you, this is why I did this to you. That's hilarious.
That's snarky. It really is, and I love it. The desire for something else, and we've talked about this a lot, right? That's the whole problem. And this something else is the promise of a feeling that, and a meaning that is inherently inside an object.
What do you mean
the
by
material world. The material world contains meaning.
Oh.
If I acquire this dress, it has no ability to not make me happy if this dress is going to make me happy.
Right.
And she says, God has no secrets. If we're really hearing that, we say, oh, I can understand what's mine to do. Oh, this God's will for my life isn't some great mystery.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And remember that she says this over and over and over again. A lot of the big pickup lines in A Course in Miracles are, you're capable and you don't know it. You know, you're a bag of chips and you don't know it. You don't act like it. You know? So you don't treat other people like that, so you don't know it either, and you don't ever experience it. If we understood who we were, we would accept our natural inheritance. Right? And she says this in the introduction. Blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is
our natural
inheritance. This is how our natural inheritance is this togetherness, is this relationship, is this oneness that we want to experience in a body. Our worth and our joy are being hidden from us. This is what we think. And so we operate and walk around the earth like it's some kind of test. Right? You need to do it like somebody's watching. You know, you got Santa Claus following you around everywhere you go, and you're recording all your activities, you know, and putting it on some grid or spreadsheet somewhere to figure out whether or not what kind of presents you're going to get.
That's so good.
You know?
That song has always been so weird to me. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
I know, because he's judging you. You know, he's writing down all the things that you didn't.
If you've been bad or good.
Bad or good, you know.
For goodness sake.
I know. You gotta get switches and coal.
It's so silly.
Merry Christmas. You know. So
God.
The desire for something else is this belief that the material world offers something that's satisfying. The idea that this God has no secrets is that we can understand what is ours to do. It's natural. Our joy and what we're doing is we're hiding our joy and peace from the world. We're not living this test to be worthy of the love of God or the love of another, even.
Yeah, really.
We aren't earning. That isn't something you can earn or not earn.
Right.
The fourth paragraph.
I know, but that's such a great line. I have to read it again before we move on. God has no secrets. He does not lead you through a world of misery, waiting to tell you at journey's end why he did this to you.
I know, you could totally read it that way. It's a face line. So I'm asking you, I'm going to ask Yolanda to read this whole fourth paragraph, because I couldn't really figure out how to reduce it any more than this. This is about 5 sentences. So listen to this.
What could be secret from God's will? Yet you believe that you have secrets. What could your secrets be except another will that is your own apart from his? Reason would tell you that this is no secret that need be hidden as a sin, but a mistake indeed. Let not your fear of sin protect it from correction. For the attraction of guilt is only fear. Here is the one emotion that you made, whatever it may seem to be. This is the emotion of secrecy, of private thoughts, and of the body. This is the one emotion that opposes love and always leads to sight of differences and loss of sameness. Here is the one emotion that keeps you blind, dependent on the self you think you made to lead you through the world it made for you. Wow.
What could be secret from God's will? Do you remember that old thing? You can't hide from God. Remember, like Jonah went and got on. It was like he got on the ship because God told him to go to Nineveh. And he goes, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that." So he went and hid on a ship.
And then got eaten by the whale.
He was such bad luck. Everybody on the thing threw him over killed him.
Oh, right.
They said,
right.
You're like totally bad luck, dude. Yeah. So the community threw him overboard.
Yikes.
That's what a bad dude. What bad luck. That's what happens to your presence when you don't do what is yours to do. Mm. It becomes very difficult to exist. Right.
Interesting.
So let not your fear of sin protect its correction. Your brain, we aren't frightened. Our interior life isn't frightening.
Again, yeah.
Our belief that we can have a private life in it, and we can keep this secret. We can have our own thoughts, and nobody knows me. It's actually not true.
Right.
See, she's actually giving you a subtle method here. The method is share yourself with the world, even if it hurts. Be vulnerable, let somebody know you, share yourself with the world. And it brings us right back to that motto, to know thyself. To know yourself. Mm-hmm. That's the way it is. Know yourself. The way to happiness is to know yourself. Because that is the truth. You find the oneness that is the only satisfying. Is this the only thing that's satisfying? So there's a we're on paragraph 5.
Paragraph 5.
And this is where she gets this metaphor again. Hey, Jacqueline. So she gets this metaphor I hadn't really heard before. So see if you can hear it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so here we go. Your sight was given you, along with everything that you can understand. You will perceive no difficulty in understanding what this vision tells you, for everyone sees only what he thinks he is.
Both minds will show you that. Remember the messengers? We're sending out into the messengers into the world to confirm the beliefs that we have in the world. Remember the loop of experience?
Yes,
definitely. That's informed here. So go to the next.
So in each holy relationship is the ability to communicate instead of separate reborn. Mm-hmm. Okay. For no two brothers can unite except through Christ, whose vision sees them as one. This child will teach you what you do not understand and make it plain. Yet must he be reborn into his ancient home, so seeming new and yet as old as he, a tiny newcomer, dependent on the holiness of your relationship to let him live. Now, I got a little lost there. What is this child all of a sudden?
I know. She uses the metaphor of when you and I come together, a group, even a group, or as our relationship. What we do is our creation becomes like a child.
Oh, our creation becomes a child. Okay.
Our relationship, how we relate to each other, the presence that we collectively create when it's you and me together, right, is like a child that we are raising and growing and listening to. And now this child, she's going to move us through. This is the first half. This is the first half of the second half of A Course in Miracles. So she's moving into the understanding where we're supposed to get by chapter 31 that, oh, I'm the oneness. I'm the Holy Spirit. I'm the voice that likes me. Oh my God. So we're trying to slowly move us to identification as and with the oneness through our relationship with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Often our relationship to the Holy Spirit begins with trusting and loving and being vulnerable with and knowing somebody else really intimately.
Right.
Our understanding of what unconditional love is, how to trust people, how to work with things, how to not be afraid of my own mind, because my friend isn't afraid of my honesty, so I can be honest. She likens that process to having a child with this other person.
Wow. Huh.
Right? So you have children with all your friends. It's your relationship. Right? It's an interesting idea, isn't it? Interesting
That's
kind of
wacky.
metaphor. Are you taking care of your relationships with your friends? It's like taking care of your children. Are you taking care of the relationship with God? It's your creation. It's who we are. It's the only thing that's... she's getting us to the conclusion that that's really the only thing that's real. But right now, when I see you and me, and I'm going to work, and you're over there, and I'm over here, whenever that's still happening, to get to a place where we're creating relationship together that actually is informing my identity is a movement in the direction of oneness. And we can see, I can see what is living and loving and vulnerable in you, because I know I can see it in myself, because I'm experiencing it in this presence we have together, in this field of togetherness that we've created. I experience the oneness because of your presence and my presence and the child that it creates with us as the being.
Wow.
That's
I've never ever thought of that before.
I know. It's just it's a Course in Miracles.
Interesting.
It keeps so.
Okay.
This is vision, and she uses this way of looking at this, saying that understanding that you're them and they're you, and we are actually only ever working with ourselves, is, she calls this vision. And she goes, it's so simple. It's what you are, so it's really simple. And she goes, it's a really reasonable reality. It's reasonable to see the world as one, because that's actually what is happening. And if we don't, we're really not using the reason and togetherness and what we want. We are actually participating in what we value really at all. And she makes a reminder here that confusion is not part of the right mind. So if you don't know, you don't get it, you don't understand, then be okay with that. And just know that understanding comes with acting on our togetherness, acting on the shared mind. And so this metaphor of a child being born as nurturing relationships, as our togetherness, the child as a relationship, the child as the being that is shared, eventually our identity. We begin to raise ourselves, right? And this again is a request for skills development. Help me to see myself as the child of God, and I'll help you to see yourself as the child of God. And I will act like together we are raising the child of God in our relationship with each other.
That's so totally cool. I would have never...
all right, yeah.
I would have never made that metaphor.
Right,
That's
okay.
just really interesting. No, okay, so here we go. Next paragraph says, reason will tell you that they must have seen each other through a vision not of the body, and communicated in a language the body does not speak. Nor could it be a fearful sight or sound that drew them gently into one. Rather, in each other saw a perfect shelter where his self could be reborn in safety and in peace. An assembly of equals.
And what better way to describe a loving relationship?
Yeah. That's beautiful.
I see in you the perfect shelter, where I can be reborn in safety and peace.
Amazing.
Joining in communication. This joining is we have. They say there's one teacher, right? This is the joining, the one communication, and the realization that I am the mind being in both of us, in all of us. The fallacy, of course, is that I'm an isolated thought system in a meat sack. right? I'm this isolated, can't get out. I'm just stuck between my ears, And so the request here is to let your heart be a shelter for the self, for relationship. Let your heart be a safe shelter for those things.
Beautiful.
I know. So read the last two bits I've highlighted, and we're about done. I know. I loved this.
It's really cool.
It's kind of fun, right?
I've never read this, or if I have, I don't remember.
I've only taught it
this.
twice before. It's 5-7 years ago.
All right, so now we're on paragraph 10. Here's the first direct perception that you can make.
Direct perception.
To deny illusions is to recognize that fear is meaningless.
And Jacqueline talked about this today.
I know, it was amazing. It was really cool. Into the holy home where fear is powerless, love enters thankfully, grateful that it is one with you who joined to let it enter. Yeah, really. Christ comes to what is like himself, the same, not different.
Not different.
For faith in one another is always faith in him. You are indeed correct in looking on each other as his chosen home. For here you will with him and with his Father. This is your Father's will for you, and yours with his. And who is drawn to Christ is drawn to God as surely as both are drawn to every holy relationship. The home prepared for them as earth is turned into heaven.
I see. So did you hear it? Did you hear the altar of the heart? The altar of the heart is your holy home.
That's
and,
beautiful.
And the chosen home is our community, is what we choose to do, how we choose to relate to each other, how we choose to treat each other, the systems and institutions that we build up around ourselves and participate in. Our chosen home, this relationship, the children, the child that is between us as the being, as the whole in completeness. And the promise is that we will experience heaven on earth.
Even through all the challenges we may face, or whatever it is.
And that's not metaphor. It's I will experience reality no matter what the learning device is going on with the learning device.
Wow. Oh my God. I see it so clearly.
The promise
more
of
and more.
skills development is the experience of myself materially as joy. I'm really willing to put this into practice. This is the promise to the being excited about saying, I see the light in you. I see it because I know it and recognize it. But I'm Reverend Glen Ganaway, your favorite anarchist preacher.
Yes, you are.
And you're at church with a 2-drink minimum. This is the love of my life, the Reverend Yolanda.
Well, hi there.
Giggles McFriendly over here.
Oh, that was funny. That's a new nickname. I just got a new nickname, y'all. Giggles McFriendly. I'll take it.
So tell us what we're going to listen to, sweetie.
Well, a couple weeks ago, Glen was going to play this song. Thank you, Marisol. I'm so glad. A couple weeks ago, Glen was going to play this song, and he played an embarrassing song instead.
I wasn't embarrassed.
I know, I'm just teasing. But anyway, so we're going to play We Are Angels for you, my latest arrangement of it, and the latest video. So here we go.
Well, I think it's...
Why do I feel so out of place? So out of touch with the human race. I don't seem to understand why my brother won't lend a helping hand. Why do people tear apart? Ooh, my tender heart. Why does the nighttime seem so dark when the light shines inside my heart? We are angels, and we're we're struggling to be human. I tell you of the things I fear. I push away, then I pull you near. I tell you of my fantasies. You love the way that I speak honestly. Why is it so hard to love the one I've been dreaming of? Don't you see yourself in me? Don't you see what we can be? We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. Time heals all pain. That's the way of the world. Time will bring us around again. Oh, that's the way of the world. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. We are angels, we are angels, and we're struggling to be human. La 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 la.
Yay.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. I can't wait for the rest of the evening here in the sanctuary.
Stick
We're
around.
so excited about tonight. Thank you so much, Marisol, for your kind words. And hey, Cindy, it's good to see ya.
No.
And this is Gracie saying hi to everybody.
No. Fat kitty, fat kitty.
Okay, we'll see you next
Alert.
Sunday. Bye.